Hey guys, how are ya? Alex here, and I am 9 months on testosterone. So I thought I would make a video, my first video from my new apartment. I just moved into my own place last month. I have a little one-bedroom apartment downtown Salt Lake, and I love it. I love living alone. I love the privacy. Ever since I started testosterone, actually, I really wanted my own place. As with my first puberty, I just have an intense desire for privacy. But it's different. I mean, this puberty is different. I'm not 14 years old. I'm 30, you know? I'm not dependent upon my parents. I have a good job. I've started a career. And all of those things, though, it doesn't necessarily mean that this puberty is very graceful, but it is a cool process of becoming my own man and creating the space where I can do that. So that's kind of where I'm at in life. I'm just learning how to be an adult and what that looks like. I don't really know. I don't have the same rites of passage as necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean cisgender men, but there isn't some, I mean, just because I say I'm male identified doesn't mean I know how to be my own man, you know? And I think a typical rites of passage for a young man 50 years ago was going to war, you know? And I see a lot of my female cousins and family and friends that their rites of passage is when they get married. But I'm not going to war. I'm not getting married. You know, my rites of passage includes doctor's permission to live my life authentically, you know, or saving up enough money to have surgery, or starting hormone replacement therapy. Like, those are my rites of passage, and so it's such a different process coming into my own. And it feels good, but it's also foreign. So there's an inherent anxiety about it. It's just not something I'm familiar with, you know? So, getting my own place was a big part of that process. And I love it. I love living alone. Last month, my cousin got married, and I went to her wedding, and it was the first time I saw Greeks in a suit and tie kind of environment. And I've always had very positive experiences with my Greek community here regarding my transition, but it's still a situation that I get a very intense social anxiety about. But it was fine, you know. My aunts and uncles would introduce me as George's son, and that's actually a term that I'm not even comfortable with. I don't really know some of the vernacular. I don't know where my comfort is. So I would always just say, "Oh, George is my dad," as opposed to I'm George's son, you know. Or I might say I have a nephew instead of saying I'm an uncle, right? Like I'm still coming to terms with what I'm comfortable with, and yeah, it's different, but I think that my growing up and becoming my own man and just becoming an adult is possible because of my transition. So I have a degree in international business, and it's a very marketable degree. And after I graduated college, I didn't seek a job in the industry because I couldn't conceive of being a businesswoman. So I just kind of stopped. I was just really stagnant with my development as a responsible adult. And now with my transition, I have this whole other path available to me. I'm not limited to being a businesswoman. I can be a businessman. I have a lot of different options. I'm looking at taking my GMAT and my LSAT. I don't know. I'm thinking about an MBA program or a JD program, and all of that is possible because I'm becoming my own man. And I keep saying that phrase because I don't like it. It's like a really cheesy phrase, right? And I'm not man-identified, I'm male-identified, and I wouldn't be able to distinguish what the difference is with you, but I just know I don't feel comfortable with identifying myself as a man. Trans man, yes, but not a man. But this is it. This is the process to my coming into adulthood, is this process, and I'm not very articulate with it, so I apologize, but it's inspiring that I can grow up, because I don't know, I just never really knew what my deal was. What I always held so much shame that it took me so long to become self-sufficient when I was seeing people do it at a much younger age. And I mean, you know, I was probably self-sufficient at 27, you know, as opposed to 22, 23. So it wasn't necessarily very long after others, but it was something that I carry a lot of shame with. So it's nice to be stepping into something that I was afraid I couldn't do, which was just grow up. So as far as transition goes, you know, I have more hair, more acne, more body odor, just the standard stuff testosterone gives you. I have a consult with a surgeon in 2 weeks for a hysterectomy, and he did a friend of mine's hysterectomy, so I know he's worked up with at least one trans patient, so hopefully that will go according to plan, and my insurance will approve all of that. And oh, I have a little sideburn. I've been growing them out for a few weeks, but they're coming in, so that's exciting. I guess that's it. I don't really have a whole lot to say other than how mind-blowing this whole becoming an adult thing works. But I hope you guys are well, and yeah, so let me know, are you coming in town? Because I have an inflatable mattress for you if you'd like to crash in the living room floor. Okay, talk to you guys later.